All right, I'm going to show you the coolest use of generative AI that I found this month. It's called the meta prompt. And the meta prompt is when you ask a large language model to create multiple points of view and facilitate a conversation between those points of view. The meta prompt was first developed, it was launched on GitHub as open source. You can go and find the original if you like. What I did is I took it and I modified it for my own use. And I created a chief alignment officer, a strategic expert in analyzing and harmonizing diverse stakeholder viewpoints on any given topic. And what I'd like to do right now is demonstrate how this prompt works by analyzing AI 2027. If you haven't seen it, AI2027.com, there's a dash in there, AI-2027.com. It's a long form website. It's a big long essay where a bunch of machine learning researchers and AI experts got together with Scott Alexander, the Dilbert comic strip creator, and he organized their thoughts and predictions into this long form website of what's going to happen with AI in the next 18 months. And it's fascinating, but it's a long read. So instead of reading the whole thing, what if I just came over here and I used my chief alignment officer prompt? I use it so often I have a short code for it. And the goal here is to provide comprehensive, balanced, and insightful analysis. I talk about how to format the response, what to avoid, what to include using my pillars framework. I rewrote this. And then I asked for an alignment analysis for the material at AI-2027.com. And so now it's going to identify the stakeholders here. By reading this page, it's going to say, who are the important people? There's the AI companies. They used fictional AI companies, OpenBrain and DeepScent, as examples of who they could be. There's the government and regulators. There's the general public. There's investors. There's a whole bunch of different stakeholders here. And what it does is it goes through these and it gives strategic recommendations based on the priorities and concerns of each of these stakeholders. But now watch this. I'm going to ask it to facilitate a conversation between these stakeholders on a controversial topic. Now, if I was to actually gather into a room all these different stakeholders, if I was going to find the chief technology officer of an AI company and get them to come into the room with somebody who's in charge of regulation in government, and if I was to get a VC investor, if I was to actually create this roundtable to gather their concerns and their demands, it would be very difficult for me to coordinate this. Now, this might not be 100% accurate, but it gets me 80% of the way there. It lets me know what the opportunities are in this issue. It gives me action items that I could consider. And let's read the closing statement. This is where I usually find the good stuff. This dialogue reveals deep differences, but also powerful shared incentives. Everyone wants a future where AI is safe, fair, and beneficial. The path forward lies not in uniformity, but in structured interdependence, where diverse stakeholders play distinct roles in a shared ecosystem of responsibility. Analyze these proposals into working groups for continued collaboration. I like this structured interdependence. I hadn't thought about the AI issue through this lens, where structured interdependence would be a way that we get these stakeholders to play nicely together. And so I hope that you use the Chief Alignment Officer prompt as a way to do better thinking on an issue. As a strategic thinking tool, this can help you to analyze many different perspectives and figure out what questions you should be asking and what conversations you should be having with real people. Good luck out there.